Okay, so today we're going to upgrade my 2012 13-inch MacBook Air with 128 gigs of RAM with the 2019 16-inch highly powered MacBook Pro, and that's coming up. What's up, guys? This is Hervé from Hervé's World, showing you that IT means I try. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. So on this channel we do unboxings, desktop support, life hacks, actual hacking, and tech reviews of great products like the deservingly loved 2019 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now, it's been a long time coming. Now, I've had my machine since 2012. It's a MacBook Air 13-inch. It only has 128 gigs of RAM, and anything we discuss in this episode we'll find right on the bottom right over here. Let's go check out and take a look and unveil this long-awaited upgrade for my studio. Let's go take a look. Let the unboxing begin. Now, I got this, I ordered it a couple weeks ago because my machine, for everything that I do here on my channel, it's being bogged down and I don't have the horsepower needed to keep up with all of the things I need to do. Now, I got the following spec. Now, this is the 16-inch MacBook Pro. This is the Space Gray. Now, I got the 2.4 gigahertz, 8-core, 9th generation Intel processor, so it's an i9. I got it with the Turbo Boost up to 5 gigahertz. Now, that may be a little controversial because most people would spend it on the RAM, but I need good throughput on my machine to be able to take advantage of everything that I'm going to be doing. Now, also, I got the AMD Radeon Pro 5500M, 8 gigabytes. It's configurable with GDDR6 memory. Now, this is the 16 gig variant, clocked at 2666 gigahertz of DDR memory. Now, it starts off with a base of 1 terabyte of storage. Now, we have here the Apple stickers. Let's see what we have inside. Okay, we have Space Gray stickers. We have the front keyboard. It basically spells out everything you know what it's going to be. Now, the power brick here, it's very special because it's an 86 watt plug, and the first thing you notice here is this is paper, so Apple is being conscientious. Now, it's really refined and it's USB-C, so let's do that. You have a USB-C cable, nothing else in the box, so let's take a look. And we're going to open this nicely. Let's unveil this puppy. So it's been a long time. It's been about 7 years since I got an upgrade of my Mac. Now, this is a beautiful Space Gray variant. If you take a look, it's very, very clean. You can definitely feel the weight on here. And you have 4 USB-C ports, Thunderbolt ports here. You have 3 Thunderbolt ports, and let us open accordingly. So, at first glance, you see that it has the very same but different layout. It's got a touchpad. We have beeped up speakers. We have here a dedicated touch sensor button, power on button, a dedicated escape button, which is good. You have a touch bar here, and as you open, we get the presentation of Apple's eco-structure here. So it's very, very good. Now, what's great about this? To use English as the main language, press the return key. Okay, we hit the return for English. This is a immersive 16-inch Retina display. It has super fast processors. It has next generation graphics. It has the largest capacity of battery in a Mac ever. And it has its new Magic Keyboard and massive storage. So you have up to 8 terabytes of storage. So let's find our internet. And let me put it in. Okay, we're putting in our Wi-Fi. Now it has 16-inch Retina display. We have up to 8 terabytes of SSD. You have an AMD Radeon Pro 5000. Now I got the 5500M series graphic card. You have up to 8 cores, and it's configurable with up to 64 gigs of memory. Now that's going to cost you $800 more. And we have a 6-speaker sound system with studio quality mics. We'll have to see that. But from what I'm seeing in the industry, we are getting much improved soundstage with our sound here. It's going to be quite nice when we're doing podcasts. Now, the laptop has a brightness of 500 nits, so it's going to have its true P3 wide color gamut, enables brilliant true to life colors, images is going to be good, and we're going to transfer information on this Mac. So let me get this set up back in a second. Okay, now this MacBook brings a whole different type of performance to the notebook. Now it has more advanced thermal design. They revamped the interior of the processor, the sustainability of the fans, bigger ports to expel the heat, and it delivers up to 2.1 times faster performance than the quad-core Mac. So without realizing it, you're getting really good performance, a little thicker around the edges, a little heavier, bigger battery, but you're getting a more, you can do higher performance for longer periods of time with this new design. So that's really good. Now the thermals on here, you'll get in this machine, the 16-inch, you get 35% larger heatsink, and it increased your airflow up to 28%. So that's really good for this laptop. Bigger ports, it has redesigned thermal architecture, it has larger impellers, the actual fans on the blades are optimized for optimal airflow, and it has a more heat dispersing fins to have a more efficient, effective cooling mechanism to this laptop. So you're gaining cooling capabilities, and you're getting also 12 watts of maximum sustained power. So same form factor, but different arrangement, bigger heatsink. Okay, so let's take a look. So I got this with the 8-core 16-inch MacBook Pro Radeon Pro 5500M and an 8 gig GDDR6. Now it's going to provide 35% more throughput, more faster power for demos. Now it will have 2.1 times faster at 189 gigabits per second, and with 8 gigs of GDDR6 VRAM, you're going to have up to 24 compute units. So that's really good performance. Now let's talk about the keyboard. Now they've gone back. Apple is known that they've made a mistake with their last version of the keyboard, and with this you have softer key presses. It's the butterfly unit, but it's not the same one. It's a redefined scissor mechanism with 1 millimeter of travel. So you're gonna have a responsive, comfortable, quiet typing experience. And we can hear that. So we also have the touch bar there. We have the touch ID sensor here and a dedicated escape button here. And what we really want to see and like to see is it has RT inverted arrow keys here to enable fluid navigation. So if you're flying through coding or navigation or gaming, you're going to be good right here. So let's take a look at the audio. Now I'm doing a transfer of my data here. So this is going to have bigger bass and a better mic. So this variant comes with a 6-speaker sound system, enough to fill the room with sound. It's not the best, but it will have really good sound that you've never heard in a notebook before. It also has a dual force canceling subwoofers to reduce vibration. So higher sound, reduced vibration for clearer and more natural sound, and has a half octave of lower range to the bass. So you're gonna get really good highs, not gonna vibrate your machine, and you'll get that bass that you want. And it also comes with 3 studio quality mics inside of the same form factor. So you're gonna have cleaner response, super clean podcast for music and recordings on the go. So if you don't have a mic set up, you're gonna be good to go for that. So the sound speakers are here, and the microphone array has a signal to noise ratio that is really good. It's close to studio quality. So we're going to take a look and see. Let's talk about storage. So I got this here with 1 terabyte of storage, but you can configure it with 8 terabytes of SSD storage. So when I travel with my 12-inch Mac or 13-inch MacBook Air, I had to carry 4 terabytes with me everywhere I went, just so I could have connectivity. I also have a Synology NAS that I have access to from anywhere around the world, but with my other machine, I wasn't able to take advantage of that extra 16 terabytes of storage that I had. But with this, you have a terabyte of storage built in. Since I have my Synology NAS, I opted to go with better processor, better RAM, better graphics card, and not have to worry about storage because I have a Synology NAS that I have access to from anywhere around the world. So you're gonna have super fast speeds. Loading files directly on is a must for content creators. You don't want to have the SSD card fail on you, and it's here to be able to do exactly what you need to do on the go. So bravo Apple on doing that. So the battery on here is 100 watt hours of battery, which translates to roughly 11 hours of battery life. And coincidentally, the 100-hour limit that they have is what TSA allows for batteries for laptops. So if you go and take a look at the TSA guide, it will say 100 battery limit only. So let's talk security. Now, Apple has in here equipped the laptop with an Apple T2 security chip. It's their 2nd generation custom Mac silicone chip, and it's there for Touch ID and secure boot and to encrypt your storage capabilities. It also consolidates the discrete controllers directly on, and it includes a system management system for audio and SSD controllers all in one chip. So let's take a look at the ports. So you have here 3 Thunderbolt 3 ports. It's ultra compact, ultra portable. It's very versatile. I would have loved to have seen Apple bring an SSD card reader on here, but I fear we may never see that again. So I ordered a mini hyperdrive to go on the side, so I'm not really losing 2 ports because it'll go in. It's a small form factor, has an HDMI, it has 2 SSD, micro and regular SSD to go in here. Now, these ports will deliver 40 gigs per second of throughput, which means if you have 2 6K display monitors, you'd be able to use them automatically on here. So the keyboard has a couple things. It has a touch bar, it has a touch sensor, and it has ambient lighting on the keyboard. So you have force touch trackpad for precise control of your sensor, of pressure sensing things that you need, your force clicks, your accelerator, and your pressure drawing or multi-touch gestures are all on here. Now what I appreciate is you're gonna get a bigger gambit here, but let me get my 15-inch Mac to compare the size. Okay, so on the left we have the 15-inch MacBook Pro, and on the right we have the 16-inch MacBook Pro. So if you look at the top, you'll see how it protrudes a little longer. The bezels are a little shorter. You can see that the bezels are a little shorter, and you can see here that the laptop is a little taller when you go. So let me grab a pen real quick, just so you can see the travel. It stops right over here. But they look absolutely similar, but they're completely different. So the 15-inch is pretty good, but thermal issues are pursuing with here, and Apple made some corrections to the year. So these here are a little bit better, but this is a content creator's dream. So if you take a look, at the keyboard system, you can see how the keyboards look similar. So if we take a look at the escape key here and dedicated power on button, and if we look here, you have it built into the actual touch bar. So if we click here, you see the escape key and you see the power button right there. But here it's dedicated on. So that is a major difference. I love to see the touch key. I'm glad that Apple put the escape key and the power key on there. Another thing to note is if you take a look at the arrow keys here and look at the 15-inch, you can see here that they're a lot bigger, but you can definitely see the difference. Here it's more ergonomic, and here, now take a listen to the 15-inch keyboard. Now the 2016 keyboard. Again, very clacky. Butterfly, scissor. Butterfly, scissor. So you can definitely tell the difference between the different keyboards. Okay, so let's take a look. So let's see exactly where. So what do I think about this laptop? Now, I think it's a great laptop. Apple really went out of the way to create a laptop specifically for content creators. This is going to be a game changer. Now, Apple has had a really rough time as of late for the last two laptops that they've had. Well, since 2015, they've been having issues with their laptops, either thermal issues or keyboard or something's not right. So I see this as a great direction. It's a configurable, upgradable device for content creators. Now, a couple things to note. The camera on here is still the 720p FaceTime HD camera. They could have done a little bit better on there. I think with this, they could have went with an HD 1080p or a 4K camera built in. Now, the battery life is excellent. The power brick that they give with us is excellent. The speaker system that we have here is going to be really good for sound. I'm going to do an in-depth video on the sound quality and some of the features on here, but this is my first initial unboxing look. Now, another thing that they could have went out of the way to bring, since most people keep their laptops for a couple years. The last one I had for 7 years. I had my 2012 MacBook Air 13-inch for 7 years. So why not bring the best specs on this laptop? Now this is going to have 802.1. It has a Bluetooth 5, but they could have went with Bluetooth 6 on here because people are going to go. Now I know Intel is working on the next chipset, so why not put that in this laptop? Well, this is going to do for this episode. Anything you guys want to see with this laptop, I'll do a comparison with the 2016, the 16-inch and the 15-inch laptop to see the processor power. I really needed this upgrade in laptops, and I waited for the exact perfect time to strike, and I had to get it. This is going to be a great addition to our channel, and it's going to allow me to do so much more. I really like the internals of the studio sound quality of the microphone, because sometimes you don't want to carry extra equipment, but if you needed to, this is going to be a really good standby default sound stage for you. Well, that's going to do for this episode. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going to get the new Mac? What specs are you going to get? Now, I got this with really good RAM, beefed up graphics card, beefed up processor at an i9 rate, because I'm going to be running a 10 gig system in my house, Ethernet system, so that when I hire editors, we'll be able to share the data off of my Synology NAS. Now, I'm going to be upgrading my 1 gig Synology NAS to a 10 gig system, and that should do it for the home system here. I will catch you guys in the next one. Remember, IT means I try. The last thing, this laptop cost me $3,864.15. It came pretty quick. I will catch you guys in the next one. Remember, IT means I try. Apple, bravo. You guys did a great job. And that's gonna do for this episode. Peace.